So, I'm about to tell you guys a story of why you should never really pick up a random person off the street or hire a hooker. So, this is not from personal experience, of course, but from one of my friends' experience. Actually, multiple of my friends, okay? So, my friends were coming home from a night out, okay? It's probably like 11 midnight ish, and they were on their way back, okay? Well, they get into the neighborhood of my friend's house and they see this random lady walking on the side of the street. Okay, so they talk to her for a couple minutes, ask her if she's alright, what is she up to, blah blah, and basically she goes on and says that she was supposed to be picked up by some of her friends, but they never came to pick her up, so now she's going to try and find her friends. Obviously, my friends could tell that she was on something. They thought she was maybe just drunk or high, so they asked her, they were like, hey, can we bring you back to our house because we don't feel safe with you out here in the middle of the night. Obviously, you're under the influence, trying to be gentlemen, okay? So she accepts, she goes to the house, and they start, like, talking to her, like, chilling in the living room, just talking to her, because they're not just gonna go to bed right away, right? So they start talking. Well, after, like, an hour of talking, this lady just starts tweaking out and keeps on asking my friends if they have drugs. Certain drugs, that is, okay? And my friends kept on answering, no, no, we don't do that. Like, stop asking. Why do you keep on asking? And eventually, after like 2 hours or so, she's just like twitching, murmuring to herself, acting like a psycho, okay? So eventually, my friends were like, okay, we're not gonna let you sleep in like a living room or in a place with a bunch of people. So one of my friends offers his room to her, and then he was just gonna sleep at the couch. Fair enough. So in the middle of the night, my friend wakes up and goes to use the bathroom. However, when he's going to use the bathroom, he notices that the door is slightly open. Well, it's closed but slightly open, and that the light is on. And he was like, oh, okay, well, that's weird. I wonder who could be in there. So he walks up to the door, knocks, no answer. Knocks again, no answer. Well, then he asks, is anyone in there? No answer. So obviously he fucking opens the door and is like, okay, well then I'm just gonna use the bathroom. He walks into the room to find this lady passed out on the floor in front of the toilet. So he wakes her up, asks her if she's okay. She was just like, yeah, I need to go use the bathroom, and just end up falling asleep. And he's like, okay, whatever. Let me help you back into bed. So he helps her back into bed, but as they are leaving the bathroom, he notices something, white on the counter, if you know what I am kind of hinting at. And so he's like, okay, well, weird. So he places her back in bed. She goes back to sleep. He goes into the bathroom, and he also finds like a syringe in the bathroom. He's like, that's weird. Like, why is there a syringe in here? And he's like, okay, well, obviously I'm not gonna fucking touch it. It's like 2, 3 in the morning. I'm gonna use the bathroom, go back to bed, and then I'll figure out what that is. So he does exactly that. However, they get waken up at like 7, 8 in the morning to this lady on the phone yelling at someone trying to get picked up at the house. And eventually, they have to just start asking her like questions like, hey, do you know about this needle? Do you know about this white stuff on the counter? And she's not admitting anything. She's just like, I need to get picked up. I need to leave. I need to get picked up. Do you guys have a car? I need to go somewhere. And I'm like, no, like, none of us can drive, well, at least those that were there at the moment. You're stuck here, like, we really don't want you here either, but, like, we'll keep you here until you get picked up. He's like, man, and she starts complaining. Well, I don't know how or what, but they end up getting some information out of her, and figuring out that she was trying to get picked up by her guy friend who isn't her boyfriend, but they've had intimate relationships, okay? But he was too busy seeing another girl the night before, and that's why she couldn't get picked up. But she wants to get picked up by this dude now, not anyone else, okay? So eventually, this dude, after a couple hours, comes in, picks her up at the house. They don't let him in, and they actually kind of like kick her out as soon as she said that he was on the way. So they kick her out. She leaves. They go back into the bedroom to make sure that everything is okay. Well, my friend starts like digging through some stuff. Notice that a little bit of money is gone. A little bit of his weed is gone as well. And then he looks under the pillow and he finds two used syringes under the pillow. And after that, they kind of put two and two together and figured out that she was probably a hooker that just didn't get picked up by her pimp because her pimp was seeing someone else, but she's also a coke and heroin addict that somehow was able to bring into the house and no one noticed. Luckily, no one touched needles. Luckily, no one did any of the drugs. But, like, that's a story of why you should never really invite random people into your house or basically just pick up a hooker. Don't do it, guys.